Good evening, man. This is the loudmouth Blue Skin and John Clark. I'm here with the lyrical serial killer Chadillac Dundee, the sensei Matt Alexander, Six Nick Shane Sway, and my main man on the drums, Chad McKenzie. What's up, you guys?
Doing real good, man. Thank you so much for being on the show. Truly appreciate it. The first time I seen y'all perform was at the MUK show, courtesy of the Kentucky Villains, and I seen the whole band perform, and it was extraordinary. I liked the energy. I liked the adrenaline and everything. It was an awesome performance. So I want to give y'all kudos for that, for real.
Well, we appreciate it, man. Thank you, brother. That's what it's all about.
You know, we ain't nothing but some dirt road walking, tobacco spitting, motherfucking cigarette flicking. I'm sorry if I'm not allowed to say that. I just can't help myself.
You're good.
I get all pumped up talking about it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I get all pumped up talking about it because everybody's talking about it. They're talking about Chadillac Dundee in Tuscaloosa. They're talking about Chadillac Dundee in Tinseltown, brother. Woo! You know what I'm talking about? You know, we really appreciate the love you guys giving us. We appreciate you having us on, but damn it, anytime my voice can be heard, I got to spread the word. You know what I'm talking about, brother?
I totally understand, and I hear you where you're coming from, and, you know, I'm fortunate as a host to give artists such as ourselves the platform to get the word out on y'all, just to get your music heard, and whatever I can do to help, then that's what I'm willing to do.
Bro, the feeling is mutual. You know, we're very flattered to be on the show. We're very honored to be on the show. We're definitely gonna plug it as much as we can. We're gonna plug it from Tuscaloosa to Tampa Bay, brother. We're going to do it from Linden to London, and we're going to take your show with us. We're going to plug your show everywhere we go because, look, in the city that we live in, sometimes it's a little bit difficult to make it past that big wave of haters that we deal with. But, see, this is the thing. We're kind of like Tom Cruise in Castaway when it comes to making it up over those fat waves. You know what I'm talking about, brother?
Mm-hmm. Well said, man.
Yeah, I mean, I got my band here with me. I got them all balled together, wrapped in leather. I nicknamed them Wilson. And then when we hit the stage, we're the Chadillac Dundee band, brother, and that's usually the way it goes down.
So let me ask you fellas this. For those who haven't had a chance to see this band perform, but would like to at some point, whether it's Kentucky or all over the world for that matter, what could fans expect when they get a chance to see you guys perform?
Man, it's not like your typical rap show. It's a little bit of everything, man, and that's kind of what we pride ourselves on. We're kind of on every direction. We've got people in the band that can play jazz, and that's their whole background. We got a badass lead front man that, you know, he's known like nationally for the way he spits and the stuff that he spits about. But when people come and see us, it's not your typical show. It's real energetic. We try to work with the crowd as much as possible, make it feel like it's an intimate setting. We want people to walk away and be like, "Wow, those guys are headliners. Those guys are what the next generation of music will be."
It's kind of like if you went to a Korn concert. And then mix that with, if you went to a Korn concert and then mix that with a Twista performance and then gave it a little bit of a Frank Sinatra presentation, you'd probably come pretty close to what we got.
I definitely can see the resemblance for sure. I definitely see it. 1 minute y'all doing hip hop, then y'all doing rock. I mean, y'all don't hold back. Y'all do not hold back ever, and man, like that rock, hip hop, everything. Like y'all got all type of stuff wrapped into one. It's like It's so
Yeah,
incredible.
that's what we want to do. We don't want to be, we're on these shows, man, and we're not only, on these shows. We're getting asked to play these very, very reputable places with very reputable acts. As we're playing with a heavy metal band, and the next week we're 3 states over playing with Lil Wayne, and that's kind of what gave us kind of a head start in this game, man. We don't like to stick to a certain genre. We like to be able to go where we can get our music out, and we've had really big love on both sides of the fence.
Yeah, man, we kind of feel like instead of just coming out and instead of trying to reinvent anything, or instead of just trying to be the next something, we kind of try to take a little bit of everything that we grew up on and kind of try to blend it all together, all into one. And I really think that by doing that, we've really invented somewhat of a one-of-a-kind sound in the midst of it,
That is absolutely awesome. So what are some of y'all favorite songs y'all like to perform? The one songs that people keep requesting, I want y'all to play this song on the live show. Like, what are some of your favorite songs you like to perform?
One of them, a big one that we always get a lot of attention for is Lyrical Serial Killer. Speak of the Devil and Rock and Roll are probably our 3 top songs that people that we go to these towns, we're on our way to South Carolina this week, and we come across so many people that we would never think that would know who Chadillac Dundee is, but here these people are not only knowing who we are, not only singing along to these songs, but screaming out the songs they want us to play in the middle of our set. And stuff like that. It's unreal.
It's very humbling.
Yeah, it's kind of like the way that I always saw it. Whenever you hear a really really rich rock or metal that has rap in it, usually the rap is very secondary. Usually the rap is kind of not really the predominant portion of it. And then a lot of the times when these rappers use rock in their shit, you can tell the rock is very synthesized. It's very basic. You can tell they made it with a keyboard. It's not very genuine with the rock techniques. And I feel like what we do with our stuff is we bring a genuine blend of technical and textbook top-notch hip-hop, as well as a vice versa with the very same matching thing with rock and roll as well. And I think, I really think it's a one-of-a-kind sound. I'm confident in saying that. I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. I kind of feel like once enough people hear it, and if people, all we need from people is 20 seconds. If we get 20 seconds from somebody, I feel like we have their hook. Yeah, I feel like we have them for life, and that's all we ever ask for. If you never spend a dime, all we ask for is just 20 seconds to check out the show, check out the song, and we guarantee our product. You know what I mean?
That's awesome, man. So not only do y'all perform in front of music crowds, but from my understanding, y'all perform in front of wrestling fan crowds as well. Y'all go to wrestling shows and y'all perform there. And I just so happen to be a fan of wrestling myself. What's it like?
We're on.
So what's it like getting a chance to perform in front of a wrestling audience?
Oh, it's awesome. I come from actually a wrestling background. That's where actually I met Chad. Sorry, I had to clear my throat. He came to one of our local wrestling shows, and seen me. And when he approached me and told me how he enjoyed my match, I looked at him and I'm like, dude, here's a lyrical serial killer. I actually caught one of your shows back when you played with Boondocks, or when you played with Twisted down here in Louisville. And he was like, dude, I think we got this combination. I'm a wrestling fan. You're a fan of my music. Why don't we just conjoin and let's kill 2 birds with 1 stone? You know what I mean? And so I kind of stepped away from the wrestling scene and became kind of the voice of the voiceless for the Chadillac Dundee band. And we performed up in Chillicothe, Ohio, in front of a wrestling fan, or in front of wrestling fans, and they're like one of the greatest fan bases I've ever performed in.
They're really supportive, straight up, like, because sometimes we play these shows, and there's a lot of people. Sometimes we play at these shows, and at the music shows, a lot of people sometimes don't really understand the pageantry behind it. Maybe they can look back on it and appreciate it. Maybe that would be what ends up bringing them to the next show. But a lot of people don't really understand what's going on. But at the wrestling show, they kind of expect the pageantry. So when you bring, you know what I'm saying, something more than just music to the table, they really appreciate it, and they really show a lot of support for that, because, you know, that's what they pay their money to see is you know, some action. So it's a lot of fun. We can kind of go the extra mile there with the pageantry. And, you know, it's really like a homecoming. Any wrestling show we do, everybody that attends the show, from the people in the back to the people in the seat, they all know us. They know our music. You know, so it's really a homecoming every time. You know, it feels good. It's a lot of fun, you know.
And that just brings us back to where, like, you know, we're doing a rap show one night, the next night we're doing a rock show, and then here we are doing wrestling shows. Like, I don't know, man. We're getting our music out there, and it seems like we're so, like, bilingual in the music world. It's just doing nothing but, like, big things and good things for us.
You know.
Well, as a wrestling fan, that makes me even more happy that there are some local wrestling shows that's willing to get some music out there. And you guys definitely fit that wrestling adrenaline. You know, hard, smash mouth, adrenaline, no holds barred. I mean, y'all pretty much fit that wrestling feel to it. So, you know, every wrestler loves.
And actually, this is kind of like a kind of, you know, insider thing or whatever. You know, it's kind of the politics side of it. But Too Tough Tony is the guy that runs the Pro Wrestling Grind. And Too Tough Tony was the gold belt holder for JCW, which is Insane Clown Posse's wrestling organization in Detroit, Michigan. And they have a worldwide interface with their company. And they, you know, they're well known. Scott Hall's wrestled for, I mean, any big name in wrestling has been through JCW once or twice. And, yeah, but he was actually their, like, top guy, their gold belt holder, best friends with Violent J, so on and so forth. And, you know, he heard from us, heard about our stuff. We know some of the guys that wrestle for him, so on and so forth. And he hooks us up, man. He, you know, makes sure that we get paid, you know, every time that we perform. He does good business. I mean, he opens his doors to us at any time. Anytime we come to support the show, to even just check out the show, even if we're not even if we're not performing, he'll walk us straight to the back to meet whatever big wrestler he has out there. I mean, it just, you know, Too Tough Tony's a really cool guy, man, and he's done a whole lot to help us not only in the wrestling scene but also in the music scene with his connections in Detroit, you know. So big shout out to Too Tough Tony for sure, man.
And Chad, like, I didn't come from, like, a very big wrestling background, and I mean, the support I've, like, got from these guys over the last 2 years, like, I'll never look at wrestling the same. A great bunch of guys. They always show us love. Their shows are awesome, and I'm glad to be a part of it.
Yeah.
Very cool, for sure. You mentioned South Carolina. Y'all going to be headed that way this coming week. What are some other shows that you got coming up that you would like to promote?
A big one that I want to make sure to get everybody that's around the Louisville area would be New Year's Eve, man. We're going to have a big show. It's going to be, it's just your normal show. I mean, come out. It's going to be a big New Year's Eve party. It's going to be a bunch of great bands, us, Flaw, which big shout out to Flaw. They've showed us so much love and stuck their neck out for us so many times when people said, you know, these guys are going to be there. So Trixie's New Year's Eve at Diamonds in Louisville, or Trixie's in Louisville. And then another one that we're working on would be Friday the 13th, and it's going to be at the New Albany Production House. Another group, like, great group of guys. Friday the 13th, I think that's November 13th. That's going to be a killer show too, and that's kind of all we've got on our agenda right now with us traveling and trying to stay busy, trying to stay out of Louisville.
Well, what we actually got going on, and you know, we would be doing a whole lot more bookings. I mean, we've so many shows this year, it's absolutely crazy. But we're really trying to focus on recording this new CD so we can kind of have something on record for the fans to get. You know, something with all the guys on it, something that, you know, something that they can get a little more feel of what they get during the live shows. And it's going to be an incredible CD. The music we have for it is beautiful. And, you know, and at the start of the year, right as soon as the year starts, we're expecting to hit it harder than we ever have. I mean, we're going to blast off January 1st. You watch Chadillac Dundee. It's going to be a presidential campaign, brother. And it's going to be something real serious.
Well, everyone be on the lookout for that new Chadillac Dundee band record coming in 2016. Be on the lookout for it. And before I let you guys go, why don't y'all go ahead and promote your social media links where people can learn more from you guys and where they can purchase your music.
You check us out, Chadillac Dundee on Facebook. Keep up with us, like our band page. We also have a friend request page for Chad Dundee. Please check us out, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Definitely check us out. Keep up with us, because at the beginning of 2016, we will be somewhere near enough by you where you could get out to see us. I promise you guys that.
Oh, and also check them out on Bandcamp as well. Check out their latest records, the albums, mixtapes. They're all posted on there as well. So go check these out, fellas.
Yeah, to be more specific on that, if, you know, for anyone who's listening and wants to check it out, there's a couple different ones. One of them is CadillacDundee.bandcamp.com, and the other one is ConnectTheCutsEP.bandcamp.com. The Chadillac Dundee page, that's a free download for our first album, Speak of the Devil, and then the second one is just a $1 download for our brand new CD, Connect the Cuts. It's ConnectTheCutsEP.bandcamp.com and CadillacDundee.bandcamp.com.
Awesome, man. Well, good talking to you, fellas. Continued success. I'm looking forward to see one of y'all shows in 2016 for sure. And thank y'all for your time. Truly appreciate it.
No, thank you. We really appreciate it. We're glad to be a part of it.
All right, y'all have a good night and have a great weekend.
Okay.
Yeah, you too, bud.
All right, bye-bye.